Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Your key to the week this week is the High Priestess, hidden things revealed. This could be a hidden thing coming from within as well. Remember, the High Priestess isn't always about some awful secret that's going to end your life, or life as you know it. Sometimes it really is an intuition or an insight that comes from within that changes your perspective on things. This could also be a week where, so Pisces is a naturally intuitive sign. You are actually a very psychic sign. The difference between Pisces and, let's say, Cancer is Pisces is such a broad energy that is mixed and mingled into everything that it's really hard for you guys to discern what your intuition is actually telling you, what is actually coming through to you, rather than just thrumming on the waves of the psychic energy that you're connected to, and which as a Pisces is basically everything, which is one of the reasons that I say when it comes to the water signs, Cancer is the most psychic of all the signs, out of all the signs of the zodiac. And the reason being is because they're the most discerning with it. Yes, even more so than Scorpio. That's my opinion. There's much debate. Don't care what anybody else thinks. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but whatever. That being said, this week when it comes to your High Priestess as well, this could be a really powerful week to allow your psychic faculty to run over certain things. So if there's something that you have, like an idea, if there's something that you want to do, this would be a really good week to let your psychic senses and abilities, or even your spidey senses, to mull over it, to see what comes back to you. I will also say as well, this might be a week where considering, actually, you know what, I'm just going to leave it there. When it comes to your cards, I would like to bless your deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your actions and options card for the week ahead is the Six of Cups. This could be an intuition or some kind of intuitive understanding of the past. This might also be an insight or a realization that comes up from the past this week. For those of you that have siblings, you could be having conversations with siblings this week that really highlight to you or help you clarify something from your past. So be open to that, right? You know, a sibling might say, do you want to go and grab a coffee? Do you want to go around and have a glass of wine? It doesn't matter what the medium is, but allowing that conversation and communication to flow will probably give you some sort of psychic insight. And this week you really should trust them. When it comes to your actions and options as well, this is you moving towards or pushing towards getting something off the ground that you've wanted or needed to do for some time. This is about you having or finding a way to get that nostalgia back around something that you're trying to create for your future. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Justice card with the High Priestess, okay, and then you've got that Six of Cups here as well. Something that you have been waiting for, some justice that you've been waiting for a long time, maybe something that you have wanted or needed to see to feel like you were vindicated, to feel like you were, you know, what's the word? Not rewarded, but you know, like when something happens and you think, you know what, that's what I needed to get past this thing that I was holding on to. That's very much likely going to be this week. It feels like you're getting some news, some piece of information, and when it comes through, you're going to feel like justice has been served, like I have been righted. You know, a wrong that I was done has been settled, like the debt has been paid in a sense, you know, in a moral kind of emotional sort of kind of way. Really, really interesting. And this might not be something that's common knowledge. It might only be something that's shared with you or something that you hear in passing, but it's like it does what you need it to allow some kind of big inner release to take place. For those of you that are, I mean, this could be a really powerful week as well of deep sort of internal insights. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, there's a commitment here that you are deciding to make. So for those of you, maybe you're going to a student, maybe you're going to a professor or a teacher or a lecturer to say, look, I need this, right? So you're putting something in place, whether it's extra time for your exams, whether it's extra support with your written or, you know, mathematical work. There's something here where it's like you are committed to doing what needs to be done, but you're doing this in a way that isn't so sort of overt. So when I found out that I had mild dyscalculia, I was a little bit embarrassed about that, and I didn't really want anybody to know about it, so I was quite sort of hush-hush. Whereas now I don't really care, because it's like, well, whatever, I can't help it. You know, like, I'm a human being at the end of the day. So yeah, this is the thing. But yeah, it looks like you're putting something in place, like you're really committed to making something work, but you're doing it within the understanding of what your personal limitations are. So I kind of feel like a lot of you will go to a teacher or a lecturer this week to ask for what you need in order to be at the same level as everybody else. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, this could be some moment or something that's shared with you where you feel vindicated, where you feel seen, where you feel like, yes, you know what, like that is what I needed, that's what I deserve, that is what I should have been given from the offset. For those of you that are, for those of you that are retired business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you doubling down on your efforts and working hard behind the scenes. And for a lot of you, this is on something that you've wanted to do for a very long time. But it's like this time you've got the energy or the guts to make it happen where maybe you haven't had it before. So I really like this for you. And then for those of you that are retired, no longer working, or, you know, for any reason, I would say this is probably you. For a lot of you, it kind of feels like you're doing something to get to the bottom of something that you know. So this could be, you know, there's been this family feud going on and I want to know why, nobody's talking about it. And it's like this week you're committed to digging into what is actually going on here and maybe playing mediator. For some of you, that might actually be the case. For your love and relations, you've got the Four of Wands. For those of you that are single, it does look like you're connecting with someone, potentially somebody from your past, and you could be doing this in a very secret, very kind of hush-hush way. I don't want to talk about this just yet until I'm sure that it is going ahead. Maybe, just maybe for some of you as well, you're kind of saying, okay, you know what, we dated before, it was, you know, it was good until it wasn't, and it's like you're looking at the wasn't. What was not, what didn't work here, and you're talking about it. There's like an ability for you to talk about it honestly and openly, and you're committed to making whatever changes need to happen. So for those of you that are single, definitely good news about partnerships and relationships. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this I actually feel is you and a partner getting back to where you used to be. It's not honeymoon period stuff. This is just you guys getting back to where you used to be. And I kind of feel like for a lot of you, this is because maybe for a while you felt like you weren't on the same page, whereas now you're very much back into that aligned space. For your money and materials, you've got the Eight of Swords. Be careful of financial commitments that are made this week. Anything that you choose to put your name to, anything that you choose to sign on the dotted line that has something to do with money, finances and resources, be very, very clear that this is something that you want, because once you sign that piece of paper, you're going to be locked in. Remember the Eight of Swords, once you're in it, you're in it. There's, you know, it's very hard to get out of. So just something to be aware of. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your arms, your hands, your fingers, like your upper extremities. I mean, no problem with that, but I mean, it could be something really silly like I'm sure you've all done this at some point. You know when you walk past the door and your jeans hook gets stuck on the handle? So annoying. For some of you, I touch wood and I really hope I'm wrong on this, but you're going to get locked out this week. Be careful. At all times of this week, have your keys in your pocket, because it looks like some of you are going to get locked out when it comes to, which is such a ball ache. When it comes to your home and environment, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, well, I already talked about that. When it comes to your, yeah, I think that's everything. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.